Come back.
Hi, Pisces. If you'd like to come on and have a seat for some symbolic support, my name is Steph. I want to thank you so much for being here. I have created an ink blot made in your name and essence that we are going to scry for shapes and symbols that will speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll add on tarot and oracle. And as wherever Mr. Ghost Gift is here, we have Ghost 2 kicking for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. Overall, please do receive or release freely. All right, Pisces, I'm going to open up. Excuse me, but you are, free to start scrying for yourself. My goodness, like I just had like a brain fart there. I also have some insights already started because we had some technical difficulties, so I'll run through them again in just a moment. But I'm going to reopen up. Taking a nice deep breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palate of perception. Releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of the Piscean Collective. Pisces, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I want to note that while my eyes were closed, I saw a baseball. And as the ghost box was saying run, I think it said twice. So something about bases, like running bases. But I specifically saw this baseball. So if a baseball means anything to you, somebody in spirit sending you a baseball as a symbol, something along that lines. All right, I'm going to get at her here. So just to quickly recap, but I don't want to dismiss the message. So I'm going to go through what I was already seeing. So somewhere in here, I was seeing either giving or receiving the Heimlich. And I don't know how to spell the Heimlich. Maybe it was something happened when you were very young, or it's something that you've recently done at some point in time in your life for somebody else. Sorry. Pisces, I'm all weird. Like, your whole process here that I go through,
Come closer.
it's been very weird. So I don't know if that's something that you guys are noticing, like oracally speaking, because there was like sands of time and like something's like coming closer, and yet like it's even coming closer in here, like coming closer, but don't know if I'm not seeing it in my peripheral or I'm kind of holding it back for a moment. You know what it makes me feel like is like in that baseball analogy, the baseball diamond. There could be something about a diamond, because I also want to note there was a connection in here that's popping out between two people. And it's like knowing when to take the base. I know nothing about baseball, so take it. I don't even think that's a term, take the base, but maybe. Okay. In regards to, I was seeing an out of body experience, and I was seeing it here, here, and here. There's 3 layers of this. So whether it's like astral projection but it feels like out of body, and I become very aware. I'm going to be honest with you. The way I see it is I get to say, if I'm like laying down and I'm getting to like this point, I go back in. Like, I'm like, nope. I don't know if I'm seeing something or I'm imagining something and it's triggering me to like pop back into my body. And then it makes me feel like when I'm sleeping and you get one of those jump things and you're like, oh, or like falling off a cliff and like your whole body jumps. And that's like the signal that I'm like back in really, really quick. That's how it's feeling like to me. I don't know if it's a fear per se. It's just something. I also want to note that somebody might have a dog or a cat in spirit, and they still like are on the bed with me, or like pawing when I'm laying on the couch or something along that lines. Like, but they feel like they're like really happy to see me, especially when they feel my heartbeat, something along that lines. It's playful. And this dog animal, it's playful. You know what it's like? It's like if I was having that out of body experience, and you can, imagine your spirit starting to lift out of the physical. This dog or cat, this four-legged animal, her spirit animal, is so excited to see me, and it like jumps up, like, oh, you're here, and then poop, it pops me back in. That's what it makes me feel like, quite specifically. Okay, so there might be some, and if this isn't your scry story, thank you for holding space for others to receive it. And as well, you know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to yourself alike. But in this specifically, somebody is in a state of grief, even if this isn't somebody passed more recently, but overall. And it feels like even if they passed a long time ago, when I think of them, it like wells over me really quickly, and they come into that grief. Okay. So that energy, that the soul of somebody that you are like, again, you could be anywhere and it happens, and it's kind of like, oh, they passed, 25 years ago, but it's like something, the way I see it is, it's like, I'm going about my day, or I'm having a certain experience, and I think to myself, I wish they were here. And while I know that they are existing and with me in this energetic form, there's something very human about it, and I wish they were having the human experience with me. The touch, the senses, the smells that may exist, but in a different state. So it's like, and it just kind of wells over me. But they hear that, and they come in and kiss me on the crown of the head. They kiss me on the crown of the head, and they step into that cloud of grief, but to really like help dissipate it quickly, to be like, I am sharing this with you in your human experience, but there's compassion there that to share the, okay. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too much if you resonate with that part of that story. Then there is also seals over here sitting on a rock. There's lots of chatter. It feels like happy chatter, and it feels like calls. And it's almost as if like through this landscape that they're on, it's glittery. And you can see like in the copper shine here, it's a glitter land. Somebody also might have lost a sister or something along that lines. This person could be like a partner or a parent. It's just somebody really important to me. It's somebody that I shared a house with, a home, partner, sibling, parent, grandparent, somebody I shared a home with. When I think of the spirit coming into the grief. And, I feel very grateful that even after like all this time, I can still feel very fully, but they are help transmuting it, Lord, so it doesn't stay muddy, right? Like they step into, okay, I'm just butchering that, but I hope you understand. They're there with you. Okay, I see that. 2 moments. So there's a connection here, a feminine energy, male or female expressed, but there's 2 options. I feel like there's 2 people that have my attention or have been courting me, or I am courting them, or there's different power dynamics. It's like one's more water oriented. They're both masculine energies, male or female, expressed in different. But it's like I feel like, well, one's more like King of Cups style, and one's more King of Wands. Like it has 2 different feelings, passions. I feel like no matter which way I choose, it's like they're both right for me, because I can see a certain, because I'm kind of seeing it like a pro and con list, not to take the romance out of it, but, and maybe this is a job. Maybe this channel is a job. Maybe this is opportunities, different bosses. What do you want to do on Saturday? Do you want to go here? Do you want to go to the cafe and bookstore, or do you want to go to a rave? You know what I mean? Like they're just very different feelings. You've got the wheel coming out here. I will bring these down for you. the World. Pies, what do you got going on? The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, see, somebody's coming in. Okay, one moment. Three of Cups. There's that. You see, and if these cards mean anything to you, you know the drill. Please see, sense, and feel for yourself and follow that first. I tend to follow the artistry first and then the words if they step forward. Okay, so the ghost box just said homeless and dirty. Some of you might know a homeless person or have been homeless. Or like a homeless person around you has recently passed. And you notice that they're no longer there, wherever. And I just saw a rainbow in my third eye. I just saw a rainbow. They know that you notice them. The World, the Wheel, and Temperance. Oh, see, there's a choice. There's a choice here. Seven of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Tom's coming in the office. Let's see if he creates conundrums. Page of Swords. And the Ten of Pentacles.
Cosmic.
One more. And there's that King of Swords. Okay. The Empress is on the bottom. This is that feminine energy. Is that better? That feminine energy kicking around. That is like in this choice. I don't want to say like what will help me reach my Ten of Pentacles in some... I don't want to say greedy way. Feels focused. Moving pieces around. Because I think Pisces have had, at least the way I'm sensing it oracally, and here I am now, I'm very aware of choices and their consequences. And the point being is that I am conscious about it. And there's this feeling of like critical and creative thinking and how they co-create. And it's the co-creation I feel like is the key of why I'm observing something. But I feel like I'm seeking clarity. Okay, give me a moment. Yeah, I'm moving through. Okay, give me a moment. All right, sorry. Give me a moment. Down here.
iScry with Stephanie.
Oh, that's amazing. Hi. And if you haven't already, Pisces, please do like, share, subscribe. I am so grateful, and you warm my haunted heart for all your support. And all the links are below to help a gal grow. Like, share, subscribe. Memberships is new, so bear with me as I'm learning. But I look forward to deepening connections. PayPal, buy me, all that great stuff. All that great stuff. So thank you. And I don't mean to diminish it, but it's just, as you can tell, like, no, be open to receive. It's like, okay, I'm good. I'm open to receive. We're growing here together, guys. We're growing here together. Okay, so anyway, back down here. Back to you. You know when a parrot, I think it's a parrot. I'm sure there's other kinds of birds. They are taught how to like put rings over something or move pieces around. They're very, very smart. There's a bird, possibly with a message, or if a bird means anything to you, a parrot, a blue jay, a budgie, a parrot, a blue jay, a budgie. And they are placing this like, okay, so that was an interesting way to see it. Like once this ring goes down, it lights up and then you're in it. I don't know how else to say that without making sense. Yeah, to make more sense. It's like they place it around you, and then whoop, I can just see like this, like a ring light, but place it on the ground in whatever color you've chosen, and it just shines around you. Somebody with a mustache.
I'm eternal.
Something about the squeeze. Somebody might be working on like doing a food cleanse or a water cleanse or something like that for a few days. Okay, there's a sorry, Pisces, I could apologize, but it is what it is. I'm sure you're used to it by now, the way the messages come through. I feel like, how do I say this? I'm coming back into the King of Swords, I think it was. Why are you showing me that? And I'm looking at this specifically because it's like I'm feeling a squeeze about something.
Me.
Are you squeezing?
Douglas.
Sorry.
Dead.
Yeah, Douglas, sorry if you're dead, buddy. We're here for the Pisces Collective. Sorry, give me one moment. I'm seeing a monkey drive a car. Somebody's doing charitable work in this car. And when I say a monkey, I mean it's like a, you know, like in the old school carnival things, and he would like play that, and there would be like this, I don't know, like this monkey with this little hat or something on him. I feel like I'm going somewhere. I'm
Pendant.
Driving somewhere. Makes no sense. I'm not going to try and make sense of it. Something about the squeeze. Because up here I'm seeing, Pisces, your reading is so weird, and I apologize, and I don't mean weird in a bad way. It's like there's so much activity. It feels like it's a little bit hard to focus. Where, okay, so just like this King of Swords feeling, it's like there's so many different energies around me. Maybe this isn't the relationship or the boss, or even paranormally. And I don't know if because it's like taking my ability to speak away.
Front.
And part of me wants to stop the reading and say, okay, like, let's just, once again for the Pisces, let's figure this out from, because again, your energy is the Empress. Something about a cotton ball. Somebody's, there's an orb around you. An orb. It's white. It's light. I'm also seeing that, I think it's like orangutans, if that symbol means anything. Like they're going from tree to tree. I feel like the coloring's more important, but if the orangutan means anything to you, see, I want clarity. Me as Stephanie, in here, in your reading, I want clarity. But there's a lot of conversations around me. Are you guys perhaps mediums and there's just a lot of stuff? Maybe you are a shopkeeper. Maybe, sorry, I heard you. Like residual energies. I am 45. How old are you? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I do. I feel like there's that orb, first of all, that's coming around you. And maybe this orb of a spirit guide has answers for you. You're trying to connect to somebody. There's also that guy with the mustache I was seeing earlier. But when he was incarnate, he had brown hair. He might have aged to have, some gray and white in there as well. But I feel like he's wise now. And for those that is not necessarily somebody that that past per se, that you could, like put your finger on it for that clarity. I feel like maybe your spirit guides are... Oh, okay. So it's bringing me back to the out-of-body experience. And when something triggers me and I go back in, like I plop back in. Maybe like before I go to bed, saying a prayer, or putting a piece of selenite in your pillowcase. I don't know, whatever you would do to bring forth that. If I have an out-of-body experience, please allow it to be safe and sound and secure, or to be met by an energy that is welcoming, or is, 10 feet away from me. So I don't know what it is, but you guys are getting clarity about something. Maybe it's in relation to a relationship or job, and you're not sure which way to go. And it feels like a lot of people are telling you what to do. Maybe this is in social media. Maybe this is online. Maybe it's in your life. Maybe it's just all the chatter because you're so darn sensitive to it and you can hear it all. Financial health is coming through, and you definitely have that vibe about you. Your aura feels healthy.
Can you hear him?
And wealthy. And maybe this is why so much chatter comes in, because others can sense it. And some of you are mystics, sages, witches,
Impressed.
Mediums, whatever. Apply any word that feels good. Using your sensitivity as a strength, and perhaps having confidence about it. Like even with this confidence and this clarity, like here I am walking around all the different symbols. You just have confidence to be who you are. It's not necessarily your job or our job to put it all together for everybody. That space is freedom. That space between all of the different things, all the different stars, people, places, or things, experiences, is the space of freedom. Yes, it's beautiful. This also reminds me of that homeless man. Maybe his name is Douglas, if you knew him, and he's stepping forward as well. He's extending a significant amount of gratitude to you, and he might have actually been one of your spirit guides incarnate, keeping an eye on you. All right, is there anything else coming through for Pisces? And I'm going to grab you a tree magic card, and I'll also add on an angel card number and a talisman as we begin to close out. So again, thank you. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribed. Haunted hearts are warmed. There is a skull face in here. They have hair. So somebody that is passed, could be a mother.
Douglas.
Oh my goodness. Or Douglas again. Sorry, Doug. I'm not being like, oh my God, Dougie. Like, no, but just, I don't know. They have a skull. I can see them as a skull, like a skeleton skull. And their hair, it is darker and dirty. And in here, I can also see a wolf or like a feral cat. They're disheveled a little bit. They come in and out. We're here for Pisces if we have a tree card for them. So you have here the orange tree of communication. This might really be interesting as you create, because as soon as I wander into orange, I tell my brain I'm happy. That's what the scent does for me. And then it brings me into the sacral of creation. Maybe it's even like in those, for some of you, it might also be like tantric. It just feels really, really well, especially with like this or this, like, I don't know, situationship of choosing between two people, because one's bald and one has hair. One's a cup, one's a wand, one works with more fire. But even though that's their prominent element, I'm asking to take note of their understanding of the other elements. Even though they might primarily work with fire in their personality and their being, but a healthy person, like the magician, knows, okay, not to always be fire. And sometimes this conversation or this situation calls for water. Anyway, sorry, you have here communication. You will receive the unconditional bounties of heaven by following your heart. Well, that's just darn lovely. Also, communication with spirit, consciousness, creative consciousness, because there's a lot of communication going on. A lot of communication going on. And Pisces, like, I can't say it enough. Like, I feel bad that I don't know if there was as many blank spots as I felt like it was, but there's something to be said for your ability to pause and contemplate and take a few minutes and say, oh, I don't know if I said it or if it was just in my imagination. Do you want to go to a rave on Friday, or do you want to go to the bookstore? And, legitimately take a look. Say, oh, let me get back to you. You know what I mean? Respectfully, let me get back to you. Let me take a look at the calendar. Try and gauge to the best of my ability, predict my energy, and maybe set the tone for that. That grieving partnership is coming back. The partnership or somebody that you lived with, they're stepping back forward. And now they're lighting a candle for you. So this is the person that you lived with in some home, in some fashion, in some time frame. They're embracing you, and there's a candle between the two of you. I'm also seeing quickly, Pisces, and this could be something within yourself, of course, or it could be something amongst the collective that you're sensing, and I will show you. Here, it's like I'm seeing... I don't know what it is. It is a person or a character. They're in the white space, and then this one, it could be more like broody in the dark space. And I'm not trying to necessarily portray one as what in the whole scope of yin yang, because they are outlined by black in the negative space, which is light, and then vice versa. There's something about that. I don't know if they're yelling or talking to each other. I'm not entirely sure. Something about your throat chakra, it just popped into me as well, working with your solar plexus. And somebody might, again, if you're like a medium or some, even working with that kind of energy, respectfully, you might see those orbs or plasma. Your angel card number, I apologize, I feel like I went on a tangent there, is 23. I am adventurous. You have a zest for life, and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement and need both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. And maybe this is why there's been this feeling of, I could go to a rave and then also a quiet bookstore and read for hours, or whatever the case is. There's a lot of communication. Okay, so I'm also seeing, is it a duckling? A duckling. I also, when I see orange, and then I saw the word zest, like lemon zest. So solar plexus and sacral zest. And it's like those two are communicating and coming up into my throat. But I want to come back again to like that Heimlich maneuver thing and coughing out spirit. Coughing out spirit. I don't know how else to say it. Safe travels is your talisman. So Pies, as I'm really truly trying to close out here for you so I don't take up too much of your time. For those that are working in out-of-body experiences, lucid dreaming, mediumship, psychic abilities, magic, chaos, whatever words feel good to you and whatever's in your culture that makes you feel safe, that guide and guardian once again is stepping forward to say, the answers are not there. So that's for the answers aren't over there. The answers are among the always. It's a matter of how we wish to receive them. Here in the tangible, a mix of both through the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above and the thing called love. Whatever the case may be, the answers are always available to all at all times. But there's so many atmospheres and there's so many auras to work through. So wherever you go, I feel like choosing what feels safe for you so that you can have these adventures and you can open up to the zest. But it's like this balance of, like I said, when I was talking about, and whether it's the job or relationship or within the self, it's like honoring that and saying, yeah, I love to, go to the crowds and the festivals or, these galas, but I also require downtime, and I also require quiet time. That feels like a brilliance of balance. Now, what those measurements are, 60-40, 80-20, 50-50, it changes. But it's also noticing that on the other half, if you're looking to work with somebody in relation to job or person, do they have that wisdom as well? Because Pisces are on it. All right, Pisces, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for being you. I am so grateful to have been in your aura and traveled safely. Okay,
13.
Sorry, something just wandered over there as well. You got lots of activity. I hope it serves well. Safe travels. Until next time, we will flip this ink blot and we will do it again for later on, looking at the aura of later on in March or whenever you find this. And we'll get in there for some perspective possibilities. Bye. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above and the thing called love.